For any Xbox or PlayStation codes or cheap games on any platform, use the referral link in the description. It'll take you to g2a.com. Use the promo code CHES over there and you'll get yourself 3% cash back. For all No Identity merchandise, hats, hoodies and t-shirts, follow the link in the description down below to the No Identity Fan Fibre website. Hey guys, welcome to episode number 22 of Season 3 at Chelsea. Today we'll have both legs of the Champions League quarter-finals. The first one being away from home. So we're away from home again. We were in a similar situation with the previous round against Juventus, where we went away, got some away goals, ended up winning on aggregate, but after extra time at the end of the second leg. And, well, this round of fixtures isn't going to be any easier. PSG have a very strong side, and, in fact, I believe the top goal scorer, or one of the top goal scorers in the competition, is Paris Saint-Germain. Indeed they are. Andrea Bellotti, obviously formerly of Torino, now at PSG, is the joint second top goal scorer in the competition. I'm not sure whether they've made any more signings. We'll have to wait and see when we see their starting lineup. In between the two legs, though, we've got a game in the Premier League away from home against West Ham, which hopefully will be straightforward enough. We're not overly fussed about Premier League results right now because, well, we have a commanding lead at the top of the table. But drop the video a like if you enjoy. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content. Hopefully we can get ourselves through to the semi-finals of the Champions League in today's episode. The aim is to win the Premier League and the Champions League this season. I'm just going to have to go and win in Paris, aren't I? Step myself into a perfect position for the second away leg. Second home leg. Lol. Lyon, Barca, Bayern, Real Madrid, Dortmund, Manchester United, and ourselves versus PSG. Unbelievably strong set of teams still left in the competition. Probably the strongest few you could select from any of the given leagues still involved. There's no real minnows, so to speak, that have made their way through to this stage of the competition now. It's all the big hitters. Bellotti got 2 goals in his previous Champions League match, so obviously we're going to be keeping an eye on him. But is that Neymar next to him? Yes, there's going to be a certain Brazilian that we're going to have to keep our eyes on as well. As you can see, Neymar starting with Christian Pulisic actually on the right-hand side. That's a signing I didn't remember them making. Rabiot, Verratti and Krychowiak at the back. Oh, in midfield, sorry. Toby Alderweireld at the back with Marcelo at left-back. Some new signings in there. Some good signings too. As if things weren't already difficult enough against PSG. Verratti. Cross to Bellotti. Nice tackle by Azpilicueta though. Kante kind of got in the way, but at least we've still got possession. It's Kingsley Coman. Nice turn. Squeeze it down the line for Alvaro Morata. Kingsley Coman starting in place of a tired Eden Hazard. Can he give us a great start to the game? We'll pull this back, and Dybala is there. Wouldn't let me take control of Dybala. It made Toni Kroos run at it. The Argentine would have had a clean strike at goal there had he been allowed to be taken control of by me. Oh, lovely spin from him. The shot blocked by a defender, and Kevin Trapp will pounce on the loose ball. 15 minutes in, first chance goes my way, and if it had let me change player, I surely would have been 1-0 up there. Yoko, Kante. Kingsley Coman's tucked in centrally. That's nicely done by Alvaro Morata. Kroos will go back to Kingsley Coman, and then there is space here for Alexandro. The left back in the box. Good save by Kevin Trapp and Marcelo. Another Brazilian left back playing in this game. Heads it behind for a corner. Decent delivery from Toni Kroos. Morata was up, but it changed player for me for some reason. Kingsley Coman picks up the loose ball and get it all the way back out there to Toni Kroos. Bit of space to let the shot fly early, and that's exactly why we did it. An away goal in Paris. Toni Kroos took the corner. Nothing came of it. Got himself back into an influential position, shall we say. And, well, what an influence. Great first touch, and then arrows it into the top corner. Chelsea 1, Paris Saint-Germain 0 after 22 minutes. Bakayoko into Kante. Kingsley Coman's itching to make a run, but he's had to come short to get it. Morata will pick up the ball here. Alexandro's gone on a run of his own. Dart inside, look for Kingsley Coman. Turn, Toni Kroos is there, but I'll look for Dybala to hit that first time, which he was able to do at full stretch, but wasn't able to get it on target. Bakayoko into Kingsley Coman, through to Morata. Hit this early. Oh, and it took a deflection. Alderweireld got enough on that to squirm it past the post, but that was dangerous. I'm not sure why I've just taken the corner with Dybala, but never mind. It's going to drop here to Azpi. Get it out wide to Davide Zappacosta and then work it back centrally again. Why does it keep falling to defenders? Kingsley Coman out to Bakayoko. Driving back inside. Here's Toni Kroos. He's scored once. Bit of space here for Dybala. Oh, Morata couldn't get to it as Kevin Trapp gets a big arm to it. When Dybala had so much space, I was just waiting to congratulate him on scoring a second goal, but what a save from Kevin Trapp. Spin here, Alvaro, please. He's not been able to do so. Solid defending from Toby Alderweireld. He has been a rock at the back for them so far. whenever he's in vicinity of the ball, he seems to come away with it every time. Dybala to Bakayoko. I'll go back to Dybala and then I get that to Kante. And there's Kingsley Coman, who spun well. Kingsley, oh, how has he been able to squeeze that home? Don't worry about an answer to that question. I'm just glad that he did. I wasn't sure whether I'd actually be able to get past the defender there, but it's a great first touch. And then just swivels on it because there's a second defender closing him down. And that's a great goal. Kevin Trapp has made a couple of very impressive saves thus far in this game, but he couldn't keep that one out. We have ourselves a 2-0 lead and 2 away goals as well. Neymar to Belotti, looking for Neymar again, but Zappacosta intercepts. They've been unimpressive thus far, Paris Saint-Germain. Considering the strength of their team, I expected a much more difficult test. They've been fairly decent defensively, but offensively, they just haven't threatened. I'm fully expecting to have that comment jinx me later in the game. But for now, as we head towards half-time and probably head into half-time here, the scoreline remains 2-0 and we are in control. Laporte, smack back forward there to Kingsley Coman, who can't get it under control. Here's Coutinho come on for them. Another world-class player that Paris Saint-Germain have to call upon. And he's immediately involved here, and he could cause me some problems. Looking to bend a shot, maybe no, goes for the pass to Belotti, who turns well, but vital interception from Alex Sandro. Just getting a big toe to it to poke it away from the Italian. Now Coutinho is going to add even more creativity to their team, and to be fair, it's something that they need in this game because they have not created much at all. Thibaut Courtois hasn't been tested thus far. I'm expecting, with the Brazilian now on the pitch, I get that through to Paulo Dybala, I can't. With the Brazilian on the pitch now, they're going to cause me some more problems, and they need to because they're 2-0 down here in their home leg, and they've got it all to play for. Could say Courtois. Coutinho immediately evolved, as we mentioned. Here's Verratti. Just draw a defender out of position there and reacted accordingly. Was able to cover my own mistake. Nice little back heel into Grzegorz Krychowiak. And Bakayoko tried to time the tackle there into Belotti, who spun well. Belotti, good finish. PSG have come alive since Coutinho has come onto the pitch. He wasn't involved in that particular move, but they have definitely stepped it up. The player, I don't know whether the players are more confident with him on the field, knowing that they have an extra chance. A lovely little ball roll there from Verratti. Completely sold. Bakayoko, they're back in it, PSG. If I can sneak a third, then that would give us again a 2-goal advantage and, of course, an extra away goal as well. But I'd be happy with a 2-1 victory. I'm not saying I wouldn't. But obviously 3-1, or even just being able to hold on to the 2-0, would have been better. Going into Dybala, help it quickly on around the corner to Marco Van Ginkel. He's on for Kroos, and he's buried it. He came on for Toni Kroos because he was flagging, and he's scored a goal. 2 goals from midfield for me in this game. Good finish from him on his left foot as well, bending away from the keeper inside the post. We lead by 3-1 now. Belotti lays that back to Verratti. Into Belotti again, who spun well, and he's gotten away from me. Goes down under pressure from Laporte. Penalty to PSG. Well, the first game away from home against Juve ended 3-2. Is this one going to have a similar scoreline with still 15 minutes to play? He steps in. Oh, he only just catches him. I just mistimed the pass. Neymar with the penalty, and he is going to dink it over the bar. Have you ever seen a worse penalty in a Champions League quarter-final? Have you ever seen a worse penalty? Especially from Neymar. Unreal. I don't know what he's thinking there, but it's still 3-1. Pump this out wide here, looking for Paulo Dybala, who's brought it down well. Lays that back well, and I'll play it over the top. That was meant for Dybala, but Morata could get there, and he's brought it down brilliantly. Alvaro Morata! Shot was going so far wide. Marquinhos out to Neymar. Laporte is really running low on stamina, but he's quick enough to get over to Neymar there, and strong enough as well to hold him off. Really good defending from the Frenchman, who's actually about to leave the field of play. I've made the substitution already in the menus to bring on Kurt Zouma for him. But can we send Alvaro Morata in behind here? Maybe contemplate scoring a fourth. Try and bend this. Kevin Trapp had his angles covered. Dybala, just look that back there in support. Van Ginkel, Dybala again. Around the corner to Morata. Which way am I going to go? Kingsley Coman's the man that receives possession. Kante Zappacosta, nice turn from the right back. Driving in. I'll pull this back. Oh, Krakowiak gets him, but it's dropped to Kingsley. He's going to squeeze underneath Kevin Trapp. There were 5 goals against Juventus in the first leg of the round of 16. 3 goals to... Well, I don't know why I did that. 3 goals to 2. There's been 5 goals in the first leg away from home against PSG, but it's 4 goals to 1. Neymar really has to hang his head in shame. I don't know what he was thinking with that penalty, but if he makes it 3-2 there, it's a completely different game. I probably don't push on and score a 4th because they're probably not committing as many people forward with a 2-goal deficit still. We've gotten lucky, oh, well, it might be 4-2, no, good save. We've gotten lucky with the fact that Neymar missed the penalty, and that in turn has meant that they've still stayed quite attacking towards the end of this game, meaning we've had the space up top and at their back line to be able to work a 4th goal. Again, was lucky to get past Kevin Trapp in the way that it did, but the most important thing is that it did find its way past him, and it is 4-1 here. 4 away goals is not going to be easy to try and overturn, and that is how the game is going to finish, by 4 goals to 1. The dream first leg away from home at the Parc des Princes. We will go and hopefully just shrug off West Ham United and then head into the second leg full of confidence of actually getting through. And Man United win 1-0 away from home against Dortmund too. Could we see both English teams in the semi-finals? Quite a few names in this West Ham lineup you wouldn't expect to see. Arnautovic is a regular though up on the left-hand side, and Andy Carroll starting as striker in the 4-2-3-1. With the second leg against PSG just round the corner, I'm resting the majority of my first team, but hopefully we're still strong enough here to get victory. Rafinha looking to get away. Oh, it's a nice little turn inside Marco Van Ginkel. I thought I had him covered there, but he got away from me. That's a lovely first-time ball into Martin Samuelsson, who's in behind here, but the shot is terrible. West Ham have the first proper chance of the game, and that was as clear-cut as you're likely to get. A one-on-one with the goal at his mercy, and he's just chipped it straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Samuelsson looking over the top for Rafinha. Luke Shaw does well to hook that over his head and get it away. Kingsley Coman into Barbier will look to break forward. Nathan filling in on the right-hand side for the currently injured Charlie Musonda. Can he have an influential part to play? Look for the cross at the back post. Kingsley, who got on that? It was the defender, Sabali. Kingsley Coman very nearly getting himself another goal in today's episode already. That's unfortunately over the defender, or over the attacker, sorry, and to the defender. And Andy Carroll will break away here. Not at pace, but he's got the strength to hold everybody off. And thankfully, we've been able to stop them in their tracks. Luke Shaw into Bakayoko. Hinkle through the gap. Defender dived in there. Playing this about well. Tammy, are you onside here? You are. Oh, thought for a minute the shot was going to squirm feed to Nathan there on the far side, but it didn't. It's been one-way action thus far, other than that Martin Samuelsson chance a few moments ago. Kingsley Coman trying to hold off the defender to get the cross in. He was able to get a cross in, but it wasn't the one we were looking for. Nathan into Kingsley Coman, nice turn. And Tammy's got good pace, but Ogbonna is no slouch. It's a lovely turn from Tammy. Oh, it's a good block from Pedro Enrique. Second defender covering well. 25 minutes played here at the Olympic Stadium. It's still 0-0. We are starting to create more and more opportunities though as West Ham start to get deeper and deeper. Can Kingsley whip something? No. Still get lucky with the way that it drops to him. Nathan's touch took him a little bit too far away from goal for my liking, but Van Ginkel looks to burst past Ogbonna, high on confidence for his goal in the Champions League, but not able to get past the Italian defender. Barbier into Tammy Abraham, across to Kingsley. Oh, what a scoop turn there, that didn't quite come off as planned. Kingsley Coman though trying to do everything himself. Very nearly did. Adrian leaping away to deny him the opening goal of the game. All over the top is decent. It's well brought down by Rafinha. We're in trouble now. Oh, we would have. Oh, we still are. No, it's going to drop here for Diawara. Shot straight down the throat of the keeper. That was lucky. West Ham could have snuck a goal here just a few moments before half-time to give themselves a lead and put us on the back foot heading into the second half, but they haven't been able to take it. Bakayoko wins that well. Barbier forward into Kingsley Coman. Poke back there to Tammy Abraham. We drop the shoulder on the defender and just get away from them. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to drive around the outside, then cut back, and then just dink it in. And there's Petrobiang is who's there. Thought we were about to whip that cross in and bury the header into the back of the net, which is exactly what we've done from the corner instead. Kurt Zouma. Kingsley Coman's first assist in a Chelsea shirt was a corner that Kurt Zuma headed home. He's done it again. Chelsea 1, West Ham United 0. Decent delivery, and Zuma is a real threat from corners. It's not really the best of headers. It's almost glided off his head rather than being a purposeful powered header towards goal. But because it's kind of slipped off his forehead, not got proper connection, it's actually bent away from the keeper and into the corner. We lead by a goal to 0. Samuelson out here to Rafinha. Great save by Brown. They very nearly got themselves an immediate equaliser and still could from the corner. Will we be going in at half-time? Level. No, we won't. Sapacosta. You can see the banks of 4 for West Ham. I don't know whether they've changed formation. Oh, wow, what a strike. Doesn't matter what formation you're playing if you're going to score a goal like that. Absolute cracker from Tammy Abraham. It looks as if they've switched to a 4 and then a 4, judging by the way they were defending there, unless they're just out of position because they're not playing that well. But that finish from Tammy Abraham, one touch, settle himself, bang it. Top bins. 2-0. Fernandez off the bench into Pedro Obiang. Gives it immediately to Marco Van Ginkel. Thank you very much. Oh, I was hoping Nathan was going to make me a run in behind there, and he didn't. Akioko's touch was quite heavy, and I was waiting for the defender to step in there. Equally, he didn't. Tammy Abraham, though, try and drop the shoulder on the defender. That's not the best of turns, but the shot is well struck. Enough to force Adrian into a save and knock him off his feet. Can I get this back here? I'm trying my best, but Barbier not quite good enough. Neither is the clearance from the defender. Tammy Abraham again gets past the defender, and this time misses the target entirely. Marine down the line to Arnautovic. And nicely to Fernandez. That's a good delivery as well, and my two defenders have run into each other trying to close the ball down. And Andreeu brings one back. That's annoying. Have a look at the replay. I was in control of... I can't quite see which defender. I think I was in control of Luke Shaw, looking to back up to get onto the ball. And I just bump into Marco Van Ginkel. There you go, West Ham. Welcome back into the game. Good header, though, by Andreeu, has to be said. Out to Shaw. It's Kingsley and Van Ginkel. I would like to get that 2-goal advantage back, just in case. Get that round the corner there to Nathan. Oh, he's tackled the defender. What a save from Adrian. It was a poor turn from Nathan. The defender tackled him, but he won it back. And it's been won by a defender. Everybody's on the floor in the middle, so we'll go back. We work something else, though. Are you onside here? It doesn't matter, because I can't get the ball to you in the first place. Nathan steps in. Well, if I don't score here... Thank you. I just held my breath because I thought I'd fucked it up. 3-1. We are going to get victory here at the Olympic Stadium with 3.5 minutes to go. A mistake from West Ham is eventually their undoing. They got 1 goal back from a mistake from me, and we've extended the lead again thanks to a mistake from them. All over the top. 3 minutes added on at the end of the game, but we've cut that out. There would have been, had they been able to score on that attack, enough time for West Ham to get themselves a draw from this. But I think we deserve the win. We've played well enough. It's been a good run out for some players that haven't necessarily played too much recently. And for those that have been involved on a fairly regular basis, it's been good to see them continue with their good form. Great strike from Van Ginkel, good save by Adrian. There's the final whistle. 3-1 on the back of our 4-1 win away from home against PSG, who will face back at Stamford Bridge next. PSG sticking to their guns and playing the exact same 11 that played in the first leg. Didn't work for them then. Hopefully it won't work for them now either. Laporte into Eden Hazard. Missed the first leg, of course. Starting here, Ricardo Pereira. Dybala looked to turn inside. We'll get it into him. There's Isco. He missed the first leg too. Is that a foul? Yes. Decent position for a free kick this. Tony Kroos over it. Let's see if we can't get ourselves a goal to go 5-1 up. Maybe. A little bit too much bend on it. First chance of the game. It's decent enough from Tony Kroos, but it bent further and further towards the keeper as he got closer to goal. Into Tony Kroos again from Dybala. I'm going to drive inside and then play it out wide to Morata. Could find Tony Kroos again. Oh, great first touch. Tony! Kevin! Good save from Trapp to stop us from taking a further advantage. Good delivery. Laporte just knocked this down to a teammate. Kante. Took him 10 years to get the ball under control. Dybala hopefully will find himself a bit of space out here with a turn, which he's done well. We'll get it back on his left, then look for the ball in. And it's Tony again, but he had a little nudge in the back there. Still 0-0 after 15 minutes, but our aggregate lead should be enough to see us through this. If it isn't, then I don't deserve to win the Champions League. Dybala, Hazard, Morata, drop the shoulder, bend it tops. Ha 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 ha! Not far away at all. Ricardo. It's poor. Here's Krychowiak. Into Belotti. Back to Krychowiak. Out to Neymar. PSG looking to get themselves a goal back here. 3 would not be enough though. They need to score at least 4. Whether that be to draw an aggregate and take us to extra time or to win outright. If they win this game by 3-0, we'll go through on away goals scored. So they need to start scoring soon. And as was the case in the first leg, thus far, nothing to report in the way of Paris Saint-Germain chances on goal. And still that's the case. Just calmly back to Kante. Dybala. Morata. Dybala's gone again. It wasn't the best of turns actually. It halted the entire flow of the move. It was a very heavy touch. Isco will get this to Hazard though. He's dropped his shoulder well. And Kevin Trapp again makes a good save. He's done that numerous times already in this game. And he did it quite a few in the first leg as well. Adding another to the list. I've had 7 shots so far and I haven't yet scored. Where's this going to drop? Everybody's falling over one another. Across to Kroos. He scored the first goal in the first leg. He's not going to get the first one here. Or he might have a second opportunity. Oh. He's going to go again, Eden? He is. Oh, God, there's a lot of yellow shirts back here. Through there to Morata. Oh, it's a lovely turn. Alvaro. Trap there again. Leave it, leave it, leave it. We'll take a corner. Can we get ourselves a goal to go in front before half-time? Good delivery from Hazard. Big punch from Kevin Trapp. Toni Kroos brings it down. N'Golo Kante from 40 yards. Never mind. Good ball over the top. Neymar knocks it down well, but Laporte intercepts. Belotti, though, just places his body in the way. And they'll keep possession here, PSG. Krychowiak to Rabiot to Verratti. This is a good move. Belotti with a good turn. Rabiot arriving. That's a great one too. And it would have been a superb goal had they been able to get it past Thibaut Courtois. But it seems goalkeepers at this end of the pitch, whether it be first or second half, are determined to keep a clean sheet. Kevin Trapp did save after save in the first 45 and thus far in the second. Thibaut Courtois doing the same. Verratti wide to Marcelo. Stepped in there, Christensen, and because Marcelo pushed so far forward, that means, although he's getting back now, that Dybala's got space to run into, but he still hasn't gotten all the way back. Dybala's here, a swift, quick drop of the shoulder. There's the goal we're looking for. Not that it looked like PSG were going to get themselves back into it anyway, but it's always nice to win both legs if you can. Nice little turn inside on the left foot, and bending it into the far top corner. We lead 1-0 on the night now, and 5-1 on aggregate against Paris Saint-Germain. I didn't expect it to be as difficult as Juventus, but I also didn't expect to find PSG being quite so limp in their forward areas, considering they've got players like Neymar and Andrea Belotti to call upon, and evidently Felipe Coutinho as well when they decided to call him on off the bench, but they've just been toothless in attack, and even when gifted an opportunity like a penalty in the first leg, they still aren't able to take it. 5-1 on aggregate. We will be going through to the semi-finals, but who will we play? Well, that's a good delivery. At half-time, saw that Manchester United were 1-0 up again against Dortmund. But what will happen in the second half in that game, I'm not sure. And what will happen in the other 2 fixtures in the quarter-finals, also not sure. But we are 100% certain that we will be one of the names in the draw as they hit the outside of the post, because they can't seem to score and they need 6. Isco in there to Morata. Quick drop of the shoulder and look to get that across there nicely to Kroos. Dybala in behind. They've made a change. You can see Wendel's come on for Marcelo, but that shot deflected off the Brazilian. They've got 2 new Brazilian left-backs at PSG, and neither of them apparently able to deal with Paulo Dybala. But there's only 15 minutes to go here. And thankfully, I've got the best Brazilian left-back in the game with Alexandro, now that he's 88 rated. Morata will get a quick turn in and look to feed in Eden Hazard. Oh, it's a lovely second turn. And there is a second goal of the game and a 6th on aggregate. The first touch from Eden Hazard there was so good. Just to drag it away from the defender like that. And then on his left foot, he's tucked that away nicely. 6-1 on aggregate. Thumping PSG here. I expected better of them. 98 drops the shoulder well. Into stoppage time now at the end of this second leg. They're still trying, PSG. Credit to them for not just completely giving up. They're still trying to save face, but I think their face has been completely wiped in the dirt by us over the course of the 2 legs. They just quite simply have not been good enough, despite the wealth of talent available to them, thanks to their wealth of finances that they have at PSG these days. They haven't been able to really cause me many problems whatsoever. And as we steal the ball away from Verratti there, and then he steals it back from me, and we clear the ball forward. There's the final whistle. Into the semi-finals of the Champions League we go at a breeze past PSG. The Juventus 2 ties were infinitely more difficult than that. I genuinely didn't realise I was actually that dominant in this second leg. 17 shots, 12 on target. They had 3 shots and 1 on target. Not good enough. Man United win 2-0 against Dortmund. I'd like to avoid them in the semis and hope they get knocked out, if possible. Because we lost the Champions League final to them in the first season, if you remember. And then we lost in the semi-finals of the Champions League last year, also to English opposition in the form of Liverpool. I don't want to play another English team in the Champions League this season. I'd very much like to avoid Manchester United if we can and face someone different. Ireland have offered me the international job. No thanks, lads. You're fine as you are. The Premier League table is very, very kind to us right now. We have 6 games to go. Therefore, 18 points available to us. Charlie Musonda's on his way back to first team training as well, which is good news. Yes, 18 points available. We have an 11-point lead at the top of the Premier League. We are going to win back-to-back Premier Leagues. Stoke lose twice more. But we are going to win the Premier League this season. There's no way I'm throwing this away, and I am going to score over 100 goals as well. But how soon can we win it? We do have Manchester United yet to play. We've got Sunderland tomorrow to start us off. Then, I have got Man United in the Champions League. Oh, I didn't want that at all. We've got Bournemouth, and then actually the first leg against Man United in tomorrow's episode. Then Palace, Manchester United, and Manchester United in the episode after that, followed by Arsenal and Leicester to end the season, and then hopefully a 1-game special for the Champions League final after that. Oh, I didn't want Man United in the semis. I really wanted to avoid them. Never mind, never mind. If you want to win the biggest trophies, you have to beat the best teams. So, we will just... kill me. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any further content today. Tomorrow, we will face the first leg of those semi-finals against Manchester United and just hope that we can do enough. I'll see you then.